this is where tennis balls go to die. It's a little violent, right? But this isn't the end. It's actually just the beginning, because this is how a tennis ball gets recycled. In fact, 10,000 of them get recycled in one day, which is great because most tennis balls, like ones here at the US Open, end up in landfills, where it can take up to 400 years to decompose. You see, recycling a tennis ball is a surprisingly complex process. Until recently, an all but impossible one. So, to get to the bottom of it, we're going inside a special facility to show you step by step how US Open tennis balls, and millions more, get recycled. And how one company is taking a largely ignored sustainability issue and turning it into green gold. Green gold. In 2022, the US imported nearly 190 million tennis balls. That's enough to fill 21 Boeing 737s to the brim. Which takes us to here, a definitely not oppressively hot New York City, where tennis players crack open a new set of balls, beat the shit out of them, and do what? What do you do with your old tennis balls when you're done using them?
Yeah, I give them to the dogs, kids, off to school.
Mostly I give them to the park and for the dogs.
I usually play with them until they're just totally dead, and I just throw them out.
Unless they're like totally flat, then I throw them away.
We throw away around 125 million used tennis balls each year in the US. For all my fellow math nerds, you're right. That is over 7,000 metric tons of methane-producing, near non-decomposable rubber waste. And at tournaments like this year's US Open, where players tear through about 70,000 balls each year, many of them would end up in the trash when the tournament wraps. Until recently.
It's 5 a.m. I forgot to pack, obviously.
I'm traveling to the place every tennis ball dreams of ending up after its dominance on the court. Ready? Say it with me. West Virginia. It's not New York. It would have been a shorter trip. We're here to visit Recycle Ball headquarters, a tennis ball recycling facility that turns old tennis balls into green gold. Every morning, the company receives around 10,000 tennis balls, all of which get processed in about 1 hour. Thanks to this guy. What do you call this thing?
Sometimes we call her Sylvia. It's kind of shocking, actually, that you don't think about what happens to the tennis balls. So people are shocked by the problem when they hear about the scale of it.
23.6 million people play tennis in the US. Well, back in napkin math here, and yeah, that's just over 7% of the population. All right, but how does Recycle Balls actually recycle? The answer is in 4 steps.
So we have thousands of tennis facilities across the country and in Canada who work with us to have a recycling membership. But we also have this network of almost 8,000 individuals across the country who collect the tennis balls until they have 100, 300.
From there, green bins just like these are shipped to the facility in West Virginia. All of this is in service to one big, tiny issue. Felt. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You see, felt is made of a wool and nylon blend, which, yeah, nylon, not recyclable. So it needs to be separated from the rubber, which until 2019 wasn't even possible.
We'll break that process down in just a sec, but before we get there, and honestly, since this story might already have you thinking about your next business venture, I want to quickly tell you about HubSpot's Side Hustle Ideas database. It's a collection of 100 unique ideas you can tap into as your next side hustle. It includes strategic insights and investments you'll need in order to make a more informed you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Looking to pursue your passion, supplement your income, or honestly, just think about new business opportunities. Okay, now, back to recycle balls and that fuzzy little issue they were trying to solve.
So the star of the show is the proprietary technology that separates the felt from the rubber with 99% accuracy, according to recycle balls. Now, obviously, we can't show you something so secretive, but from what I've gathered, it's basically like a scene from the movie Fern Gully meets Moana, maybe? Look, I'm no engineer. Who even knows what goes on inside these machines?
My name's Jim Harper. I'm the warehouse manager.
My name is Truman England, and I'm a warehouse worker.
Let me tell you about our beloved machine, Sylvia. As you see behind me at the far end, we're going to dump thousands of tennis balls into that big bin down there. They're going to go up this chute into the grinder and grinds it up into smaller particles, rubber and felt. It'll then be sucked up into that tube, go all the way across into that big cyclone over there, where it'll drop through, go up that conveyor, and go into the separator. In the separator, it'll separate the felt from the rubber. The rubber will drop into these smaller tubes and back up into the shaker, which separates it into 3 different sizes, the rubber, and then the felt will come out the other side. And in the end, we get what we like to call green gold.
Green gold. Green gold has a bunch of use cases, from stucco alternatives to those little beige pebbles that look like a pile of rocks inside of planters, but they're glued together so they look really nice, to brand new dog balls. And it's used to create new tennis courts, like this one. Specifically this one. This was made using green gold. While recycle balls aren't the only ones in the tennis ball recycling game, they're doing it at the largest scale. And there's still plenty of room to grow. Don't forget to check out our side hustle database for ideas on the next business opportunity you could explore. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the Hustle newsletter for more business and tech stories just like this. Maybe not this exact one.